This is so trippy, you guys. If you want more evidence that Christianity is true, check this out. Written in 2 Peter. Knowing this, first of all, that scoffers will come in the last days with scoffing, following their own sinful desires. This is a prophecy about the last days. This is trippy. They will say, he's predicting the future here. They will say, where is the promise of his coming? For ever since the fathers fell asleep, all things are continuing as they were from the beginning of creation. And that's just fancy talk for basically what you hear today. They're like, haha, where's Jesus? The world's been going on the same way it always has, folks. Nothing to see here. That's like the energy they bring when you talk about Jesus coming back. And the Bible literally says that. It says they will say, where's the promise of his coming? Everything's been continuing as they were from the beginning. And then he goes on to say, for they deliberately overlook this fact. This is very interesting. That the heavens existed long ago and the earth was formed out of water and through water by the word of God. And that by means of these, the world that then existed was deluged with water and perished. So what he's saying, again, that's fancy talk again with the ESV. What he's basically saying there is that they deliberately overlooked this fact, that the world was flooded. In ancient times, people were mocking and scoffing, and then the flood came. That's basically what he's saying, because that's what deluge with water means. Like, the world was flooded. The world was freaking reset. Like, I got a song where I say, the wise will fear the Lord, the game is over, God will come and clear the board. You know what I'm saying? God cleared the board. Like, you know when a game just freaking throw all the pieces off? That's what the flood was. God, in his just wisdom, cleared the board, so to speak, with that global flood. And so Peter points to the global flood as a point of relevance to these scoffers who come saying, where's Jesus? Where's the promise of his coming? He goes on to say they deliberately overlook this fact, the flood. And then he goes on to say that by means of these, the world that then existed was deluged with water and perished. But by the same word, meaning like by God's providence, by God's desire, by God's will, the word of God, by the same word, the heavens and earth that now exist are stored up for fire, being kept until the day of judgment and the destruction of the ungodly. Right now, everybody, hear my words, we are in the prequel, as I've said before. We are in the prequel to eternity. And he promised he would no longer, in the Torah, God promises he will no longer flood the earth with water. He literally gives the rainbow, the original meaning of the rainbow, the multicolored rainbow, is that God will never flood the earth with water again. And it is a sober reminder, he will flood it with fire.